Are you a point guard that's looking to get into Comp Pro-Am? Or maybe you already play Comp Pro-Am, but you're just not good enough for your team? Well, this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play point guard in Comp Pro-Am. Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy JC, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play point guard in Comp Pro-Am. Now, you guys have been going crazy in my DMs on Instagram talking about you want to play point guard in Comp Pro-Am, you want to get better as a point guard, you want to make your team better. Look, I got all the answers for you in this video right here. All you got to do is simply drop a like and drop a sub on this video. That's all I'm asking for. It's not hard. The button is right there. All you got to do is just click the like and click the sub. It's simple. I'm waiting. I know you still haven't done it yet. Just click the button, bro. It's right there. It's right there. I asked nicely, please. Thank you. All right, let's continue with this video now. So in this video, I'm gonna break down everything you need to know, all the most important stuff you need to know. I don't want to make this intro too long, so let's just get straight into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about in this video is reading the defense. And you guys are probably thinking, obviously, JC, you got to know how to read the defense. Look, if you know everything about Comp Pro-Am, you wouldn't have clicked on this video. You're here for a reason. Now, hush up and let me finish what I got to say. Now, look, you want to be able to recognize what defense they're running. That's the first thing I do. As soon as I get into a Pro-Am game, the first thing I'm looking at is what type of defense are they running. Now, let's say you come down the court and they're running a 2-3. You got to be able to recognize that. You want to be able to counter if their 2-3 defense is really good. So for me personally, with our team, I like to do a 5-out. And 5-out, if you don't know what 5-out is pretty much where you have all 5 offensive players on the perimeter of the court. You want to be able to throw different looks at them, different counters. If they're a really good rotating team, then you might want to go 4-out, 1-in. 4-out, 1-in is where you have 4 offensive players on the perimeter and 1 offensive player in the paint. And pretty much, like, let's say you drive into the paint, you already have 1 player in the paint with you. So it's a 2-on-1 down there, and the center has to choose between the center he's already guarding, or he has to choose between you who's cutting down the lane. So it pretty much makes it tough on the defense. You want to make the defense uncomfortable. That's the biggest thing. So you want to recognize what they're good at and what they're not good at on defense. Now, the next thing with reading the defense is you got to be able to know who the weakest defender on the court is. Usually, the weakest defender is going to be either the point guard or the center. With the point guard, obviously, he's probably the smallest player on the court. So you just want to attack the weakest defender on the court. That's one thing you really got to be able to do. You got to recognize that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is body movement. You got to be able to read everybody on the court, everybody on the defensive side's body movement. I like to look at the center majority of the time because I feel like the center is one of the weaker links on the court. He's usually looking at the paint. He's going to get distracted. He's always looking at the paint. So as soon as somebody goes to the paint, the first thing he's looking at is going to help. So you want to be able to just read everybody's body movement on the court. I'll come down the court sometimes and just dribble off to the side and not really do anything and hold the ball a little bit just to see how everybody on the court is moving on defense. And then you react to that and you do what you got to do. And sometimes, just off my body movement alone, I'll make like one little move to the right or one little move to the left and the defense starts shifting. And you just got to be able to read that. You got to be able to know that body movement is a very important key to Comp Pro-Am. Not just your own body movement, but the defensive body movement too. You got to know everything when it comes to that. Now, drawing up plays and reading the defense kind of goes hand in hand, because if you're reading the defense, then you're going to draw up plays in order to, throw the defense off balance. And, they're always going to be on their toes because they don't know what you're going to do next pretty much. And having your team know the names to your plays matters as well, too. Like, all the teammates I play with, they know all the names to the plays. We have a lot of team chemistry. That's another thing, too. You want to play with a team who has chemistry, people you're used to playing with, because when they're used to playing with you, you're comfortable with them, they're comfortable with you. It makes everything a lot easier. So drawing up plays is really a big part of Comp Pro-Am, and because I love you boys so much, I'm going to give you guys 2 of the plays I like to run. So the first play I'm going to show you guys, we like to call this one bodyguard right here. I pretty much have the ball at the top of the key, and the wing is going to fake cut to the paint, and the corner is going to run with him. Now, this throws the defense off balance because they're not expecting 2 people to cut at one time. And then the wing is going to fake the cut and run to the corner, and the corner sets a screen onto the 2 people who are pretty much looking like idiots in the paint. And that gives you a wide open 3. Now, if you're playing against bad teams, this should work every time. Against a good and more experienced team, it might not work as much, but this is a play we like to run. We call this one bodyguard. Now, the next play I'm going to show you guys, this is a pretty simple play right here. If you play 2K a lot, you've probably seen this play before. Pretty much the hash is going to cut to the paint, and the corner defender is going to go with him. Now, the reason this play works a lot of times is because teams like to put their center in the corner on defense, and the centers have something I like to call paint-itis. Now, paint-itis is pretty much when the center is prone to go to the paint. His first instinct is to go to the paint. So every time he's going to leave that corner, and the corner is going to be wide open. You're going to have an easy pass to the corner every single time. I don't really have a name for this play, but we like to throw it against teams just to see what their defense is looking like, if they're aware on defense, if their rotations is good and whatnot. This is a play I like to run. It's a pretty simple play. Now, knowing what's needed for your team is very important. There's going to be times throughout the game where your team might need you to pass the ball more, and then there's going to be times throughout the game where your team might need you to score more. As a guard, it's really up to you, and it's really on you to decide what your team needs, and you've got to recognize what your team needs. So there might be a time throughout the game where your team hasn't scored in 3 or 4 possessions. Then it's going to be time for you to start looking to score, and you want to, get your team some buckets to get out of the drought. There's also going to be times where the defense might be playing you tight because you've scored a lot of points already, and now they're forcing you to pass the ball to your teammates, and you've got to be able to make plays for your team. You got to be able to make plays for your teammates. So knowing when to score and when to pass is very important in Pro-Am. I know you guys see my videos and you guys probably think I'm just a passer, but I promise you, play me to be a passer and I will give you buckets. Like, I will give you 40. Y'all see my videos. Like, I will give you 40. If y'all are from TikTok, then you probably think I'm just a passer. But if you see my YouTube videos, you'll know I'm more than just a passer. I'm a scorer too. I can really do it all. So you've got to be able to know what your team needs. That's very key when it comes to Comp Pro-Am. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is playing to your own pace. I feel like this is a very big key right here when it comes to Comp Pro-Am. I remember when I first started getting into Pro-Am, and I see this with a lot of guards nowadays too, I would pretty much allow teams to slow down the way I play, or I would allow them to speed up the way I play. Like, if they want to full court press me and make me play faster, then I would just allow them to do that. And if they want to slow me down and they want to put me in the half court and make me think the game and make it a possession by possession game, then they'll do that too. And I'll pretty much just let them dictate the way I play. Now I feel like I'm comfortable with my own play style. If I want to play fast, I'm going to choose to play fast. If I want to slow the game down, especially if it's like end of the game, fourth quarter, I want to make it a possession by possession game, then I'm going to do that. I pretty much can dictate the game now and choose how I want the game to go. And this is something that nobody really talks about when it comes to Pro-Am, but as a guard, this is something you need. This is a really big skill set right here. Don't allow teams to choose how you play. You choose how the game goes. You choose if you want to play fast. If you're a guard and you want to get out on the break, y'all see my videos, y'all know I like to play fast. I like to get out on the break. Then you do that if you want to do that. And if you want to play a slower type of game and get, make it a half court game and possession by possession game, then you do that. Choose how you want the game to go. Don't let the other team dictate the way you play. Now, staying composed is a very important part of Pro-Am as well. Because the game is so up and down, there's going to be times where the other team might go on a 9-0 run, and then your team might answer with a 7-2 run, and then the other team comes back and goes on a 6-0 run. But throughout the whole game, you've got to be able to stay focused and stay composed and keep your teammates composed as well, because you're the head of the snake of your team, so they're looking at you, and if they see you're worried as the guard, they're going to be worried. And if they see you're rattled, they're going to be rattled. But if you stay composed, they're going to be composed, and you got to continue to tell your teammates, we're good. If the other team hits a shot, don't let your teammates overreact to it, and you can't overreact as well. You've got to remember to just stay composed and think possession by possession. Get a stop here, get a bucket here. Get a stop here, get a bucket here. The game is a game of runs at the end of the day, so staying composed is a very important part of Pro-Am. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about in this video is making sure your teammates are having fun. Now, this is one of the most underrated parts about Pro-Am that I feel like gets overlooked and nobody really talks about. But in most Comp Pro-Am scenes, you see small guards just taking over the game and, shooting majority of the shots. And yeah, that's the easiest way to win. It's the best way to win. But at the end of the day, you got to remember it's still a game at the end of the day. Your teammates are not just getting on the game to sit in the corner and watch you have the ball the whole entire time. Yeah, there's some games where that might be the most effective way to win, but let your teammates shine from time to time. You know what I mean? Like, let them work out, let them do their thing. I love encouraging my teammates. I love sharing the ball with my teammates. I love seeing everybody have fun. I love when my teammates feel like they're involved into the game and the game is not just about me. I love that. I love when we're throwing lobs. That you guys see it in these clips right here. We're moving the ball around. We're having fun. That matters to me so much whenever we play Pro-Am. So get your teammates involved. Don't forget about that part. If you take anything from this video, this is the part I want you to take from this video. Make the game fun for your teammates. Yo, I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video, man. If this video helps you guys out at all, make sure you leave a like and please drop a sub. It would mean the absolute world to me. I tell you guys that all the time. And also go in the comment section and tell me if you learned anything new too. I want to know, if there's something that you guys learned that you might not have known before. I appreciate all the love and support. We're about to hit 100,000 followers on TikTok. Like, I can't even believe I just said that. We are about to hit 100,000 followers on TikTok. Like, I can't even believe it, bro. Like, we just hit 2,000 on YouTube. One of my videos is about to hit 20,000 views. Like, y'all going stupid. Y'all really showing me so much love. I appreciate all the love and support, man. I wouldn't be able to do this without y'all. Continue to show support, and I'm gonna keep dropping these bangers for y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.